This week on the announcers table, we're covering War Games, Survivor Series, main roster debuts, and the introduction of my new co-host, The Rock. What's going on, you WrestleManiacs? Welcome to another episode of the announcers table. I'm your host, B. Rye, and my new co-host, The Rock. Rock, would you like to say something to the people out there? Silence. The way I like my co-hosts. As you saw, this past Saturday was NXT War Games. Phenomenal pay-per-view by Triple H and the NXT roster. Rock, what do you think? No, you're not the great one. No. Anyways, he's self-centered. I'd like to give a shout-out to the Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black. Put on a hell of a match. Also want to give it up to the guys who participated in the War Games match. Undisputed Era, Authors of Pain, Roderick Strong, and Sanity. That match was better than expected. It was phenomenal. It had a lot of storytelling in it. Actually, somebody was busted open in the match. The NXT pay-per-view, in my opinion, was better than Survivor Series. Survivor Series was a pretty decent show. It could have been better with the all-star lineup that they currently had. Yes, Rock, they chose John Cena over you. Yes, you was too busy filming Jumanji or something. Survivor Series could have been way better, especially the last match. Triple H eliminate Shane McMahon, but also turn his back on Kurt Angle. I did not like that match. I like to give it up to the women. They gave it out. They went all out. I like to give it up to Alexa Bliss and Charlotte, who put on a hell of a one-on-one match. Also, AJ Styles, who tried to conquer the Beast. Phenomenal match. AJ Styles, even though he lost, didn't lose his stardom. That loss doesn't mean anything to him because he's still a high caliber superstar. As you guys saw, the pay-per-view was 4 hours. Me personally, I don't think it should have been 4 hours. 6 if you add the pre-show. I said this before. This is an issue with WWE, who keeps extending these pay-per-views for whatever reason. And what I also like to see WWE is maybe next year's Survivor Series has some type of implications for the winning brand. Because to me, Survivor Series is like WWE's All-Star Game. You got the best from one brand, the best from another brand going head-to-head. So I would definitely like to see some type of implication where maybe the winning brand gets to, main event WrestleMania, or they get to, the winning brand gets to... What? No, I'm not saying that. No. The Rock says that the winning brand gets an autograph from The Rock if they win. It's not going to happen. Rock, know your role. Survivor Series could have been a better pay-per-view, especially that main event. Not going to take too much away from it, but I do want to bring up Raw and SmackDown this week. The two shows after Survivor Series. Two great shows, but we also saw the debut of 5 NXT women's superstars, which I thought was great for both brands because it picks up the women's division. It actually gives a little bit of spice to it. On Raw, we had Paige return, and with Paige, we had Sonya Deville, and we also had Liv Morgan. They destroyed every single competitor in that fatal 4-way match to determine a number 1 contender. I thought that was great. As we saw on SmackDown, we saw the debut of Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, and Mandy Rose. 3 top-notch NXT superstars who shook up the SmackDown locker room. As you saw, they destroyed Naomi. They destroyed Becky Lynch. Referees had to come out. Give props to Vince McMahon for calling up these 5 incredible NXT superstars. I can't wait to see what they do in this division. What I'm also guessing what Vince is trying to do is maybe hold a women's Royal Rumble, which to me will be the first of its kind. But as you notice with WWE, they're trending to do things for the women as well. As we saw last year, we had a women's Hell in a Cell main event match between Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair. We had the first ever women's Money in the Bank match with the winner being Carmella. I would like to see a women's Royal Rumble, and I will also like to see a women's Elimination Chamber. That, by far, I think would be so awesome if we can get a women's Elimination Chamber. As far as NXT goes, not that much happened on NXT. It was just a recap of War Games. Um, what you mean? No, no. Rock says to watch his show on the WWE Network, highlighting his career. God, he's such a drama king. And before I end this show, I want to submit a challenge to my former co-host, the Canadian Screwjob himself, Hertz Gewurz, who got his contract renewed, who was supposed to be on the show and wasn't. For whatever reason, he decided not to be on the show, and The Rock decided to co-host in his favor. Hertz Gewurz, if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, you are going down, buddy. I will go to Buffalo, and I'm going to hit you with a steel chair, and then I'm going to hit you with a phenomenal forearm in the process. All right? You can't see me, John Cena fanboy. Until next week's episode, guys, see you later. Thank you for watching another episode of The Announcer's Table. Remember, for a chance to win a $25 Amazon gift card, subscribe and comment below what you thought about the episode for your chance to win.